Well, I save this here in case you need it sometime to use it or just check it out. I copy the name with Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V and then save it. I close it. Well, let's start with the Dynamo from the installation. The first point is that the Dynamo is built in Revit from the version of 2017 on. So what it means? It means that it would be installed with Revit, and before you could find it in Add-ins tab, but right now, from the version of 2017 on, you can find this in Manage Visual Programming. Actually, in these recent years, we got too many progress in Dynamo, in a way that if you search in Google, Dynamo BIM.org, check this out. Here is the official website of the Dynamo. Here, as you can see, Dynamo BIM.org. Here I click on Get Dynamo. Wait for a second. This window would be opened. In this window, you can find out how you can install the Dynamo with other applications. For example, the first thing here is the Dynamo sandbox, which is not integrated into other applications, which you can run it standalone from other Autodesk applications, and also you can just create your projects and then transfer it to Revit and then use them there again. And actually with this item you can test the most up-to-date Dynamo features in this application, which you can't find them in Revit or Civil 3D or others. For example, as you can see here, the newest version is 2.8, but in Revit is 2.6.1. So it means that this version, which is built in Revit and we are using it. Let me open Dynamo, Help, About. Here you can just check out the version 2.6.1, Core and Revit. So this version is the newest version which is released. But here in Sandbox you can find the version of 2.8. Actually the version of 2.9 has been released, but you can't find it here. And as I said before, if you click on here you can download it standalone from other Autodesk applications. Actually I have downloaded this before, so just let me find it and show it to you. Let me see. I'm sorry, I have deleted it. Anyway, you can find it here, and here you can find the version which is built in Revit. As you can see, it is automatically installed as a part of Revit since Revit 2020, and the version is 2.6.1. And you can also find it in Civil 3D. The last version is 2.5.2. On Alias as well, the last version is 2.7. On Formit, Advanced Steel, and so on. And Dynamo Studio is a Autodesk, is a visual programming platform that functions fully independently of any other applications. And it hasn't been released until from 2017 on, which is not free, but the others are free. So you just need to click on them. And here in Dynamo Build you can find the most up-to-date versions of the Dynamo, and you can also find them at the below of the page. Here in pre-release daily builds, and as you can see here the version is 2.10, while at the above of the page we just have the 2.8 version. And actually you can find the Dynamo of the version of 2.8 or 9 in Revit 2022 actually. And here if you click on view all builds, here you can find all of the versions which has been released. Among these versions you can see exe versions which you can install them and run them on Revit. But as you know that you can find this already in Revit. It is built in Revit. Let's check out the releases, which you can click on them and then download them. For example here 2.10, in this way. But as I said before, you can use the core runtime to just test the most up-to-date version and its features. And you can run these versions on Revit actually, because you may got some problems. So just use the built-in version. And they are standard and proper for use them in Revit. So this was a whole explanation about the Dynamo, how you can download it, how you can use it.